Blessings, everybody. Welcome to Giants Tartary. I'm almost at 800 on my subscribers. I already got over 5,000 hours of watch time on my stuff. So right now, I'm kind of in mode trying to get to that 1K so I can get monetized. I think I've been with YouTube long enough where I deserve monetization or whatever you call it. But what I'm trying to say is, I do my best with the channel. I try to be. I'm always honest. I'm always forthcoming. I would never try to tell anybody anything that wasn't real or what's true. I've been trying. I haven't been doing any live streams because usually I don't have anybody that comes on my channel. So I guess I wasn't that popular, but now I'm getting there. I'm about 800, so I need 2 more hundred to get to 1K. So if you guys are out there, man, you guys watching my video and everything, man, do me a favor, give me a blessing, and share me out, subscribe, and I'll do the same for you all. Whoever subscribes to my channel, I always support them. I give them 100% support. I always make sure that they're part of my stream, and I make sure I watch their video. I give them the respect that they 100% absolutely deserve. But I'm right now dealing with a little bit of an issue. These past, I'd say 5 months has been horrendous. Almost 6 months now. It's been pretty bad. I mean, I've been going through a lot of issues with I mean, I'm not saying that it's wrong for a man to pay child support, but the way that the state is doing it is very unfair. And today I got a check for $311, and out of that $311, they let me keep $78 of that $311. That's not enough to. That $78 ain't enough to do anything. I mean, but they kept and retained $266 for child support. I mean, I'm not even making enough basically to get up in the morning and go to work, let alone pay rent, electricity, water. And to top it all off, I went. It just happened to be Friday the 13th. I came into an incident. I was working down in Granite City at this steel plant where we was making underground bunkers for fallout shelters and stuff like that. And I went on my lunch break, went to McDonald's. On my way out, I pulled into the turn zone. I was taking a left to go back onto the highway, and I was taking a drink of my soda, and all of a sudden I had soda pop all over me. The airbags were flying. I guess this red Jeep Wrangler came right through the midsection or whatever, and he cleared my car out, man. It's kind of, now I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do with the situation because I can't get to work. I can't afford a vehicle if I can't work. And in the process, if I can't work, then how am I going to support my family? And how am I going to take care of this house that I'm trying to pay for? I lost my mom like 5 months ago. And that's been like a really big learning curve for me. I've been through different stages because of the situation of losing my mother. But I'm trying to grow. I'm trying to learn. And I'm trying to get better with everything so I can move forward with my life and be a little bit stronger. I'm not trying to make it a bad situation. I'm trying to turn a bad situation into a good situation, like we all should. I mean, we're constantly given and fed false, fake news reports, lies. I mean, they're constantly teaching our children lies and disrespect. I mean, in schools, it's a government program. You guys got to think about it. I mean, all of you parents out there, I want you guys to pick up one of your kids' textbooks, man, and I want you to really investigate that textbook. I want you to look into it. I kind of wish I still had my old textbooks whenever I was a kid. That way I could, you know what I'm saying, I could put them together and I could be like, this is how all the narratives changed and this is how the stories changed to better fit their, because through history, of course, you know what I'm saying, people are running into things, that's at a place that is peculiar because it don't belong there. Like some of these 1800 buildings that they say that from the 1800s. I mean, you can tell, from the structure that a lot of the times they tear these buildings down because they don't have the architectural know-how or the material, because they made a whole different. They was all types of different kind of constructors than we were. I mean, they knew how to put the cement together and the concrete together and to hold it together to make it last forever. These days, these buildings that they're building these days they're temporary. Okay, they're not built to last. They're built to exceed maybe what they need out of them, and that's as far as they go. They don't plan for the future, it seems like, anymore. And it's crazy. I mean, if you're going to build something, you're going to build it to the best architectural strength that you possibly can, because you want whatever you built to last. Because, you know what I'm saying, that's what gives you pride about your build, is it, how nice it is, and how long it's going to last, Why do you want to build something that as soon as the wind starts blowing, you're losing windows, doors, you know what I'm saying? Your siding's coming off and whatever. I don't understand why they start creating houses with all this siding and all that stuff. It's temporary, 100%, man. I mean, we should all still be. You don't see people building with bricks at all, man, unless it's unless it's like a corporation or something like that. Then they build it out of bricks. But you don't see homes anymore with bricks. And if they do look like they're bricks, 9 times out of 10, you can go up there and knock on them, and it's just like a facing. Okay, they're not real bricks, but it's fake, like the world, I guess you could say. It's like the government. It's fake. It just looks good, so they just throw this little piece of, looks like brick on some plywood, put some liquid nail up on it, make it stick there, and guess what? Now they think it's a brick house. And all along, it ain't nothing but a fabricated piece of crap, that could fall down at any given time. Because that liquid nail ain't sure gonna hold it together, let alone those fake bricks. But, and yeah, I'm trying to get back on feet. We got this coronavirus that's going on here in Illinois right now. Today, we went on lockdown. It was the curfew at 5 o'clock. Mm-hmm. Nobody's supposed to leave their homes after 5. I found it kind of strange today. I went outside and I live right across the street from the grade school, and there's a big park, man. And this is the school that I grew up in. I went from kindergarten through 6th grade in this school. So, I'm actually, I can say that where I'm living now is I'm close to home, because this is my surroundings. My mom I can't say my mom, but my father, he lives about a block down the road. So, we're all in close proximity. So if we need each other, we're there for one another. I think that's the way everybody should be. You should always have somebody there for you if you need them. You know what I'm saying? And the only way you can do that these days is if you are there for them, just like, you expect them to be there for you. But you got to be a righteous, traditional, moral, honest, unified person, and you got to be able to help others as well. You can't just be out there, help, 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 and wanting everybody to hand you shit, and you're not willing to even, go that extra mile to give a little help yourself. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if everybody helped one another, nobody would ever need any help, if that makes sense. But you got all these people out here that's greedy, man, and all they want is power. They want to be able to, they want to be able to destroy everything around them that makes them feel obsolete and weak. Okay, they want to feel like they are divine. They think because maybe they got a large bank account, they don't have to go without a night, without a meal. They don't have to go, have to worry about, not trying to figure out how they're going to pay their electric bill or their water bill so their family can survive. They're not worrying about these things. They don't have these basic things, and they're like, oh man, you just don't know how hard it is to be rich. Because I think the rich people are the worst people, to tell you the truth. You know what? Because they never learned the lesson of suffer. They don't know how. They don't have no empathy for nobody. They just don't care because they think, well, I don't care how they talk or how they feel or whatever. Because, they say money doesn't buy everything. But in 2020, I found out that money can buy anything that is out there. As long as you have enough of it, you can buy whatever you want. You could buy history. You could buy stories. You could actually write a book if you got enough money and support that book that said that it's true. And as long as you got enough money and enough people that's going to go with that story, guess what? That story is going to be published, and there's going to be mass believers out there that's going to buy the crap regardless of what you put in it. Because guess what? Because if you get 5 people to read a book, guess what? That's going to lead to 10. And then whenever you get them 10, that's going to lead to 20. Regardless, you know what I'm saying? And it's just going to keep, I guess it's kind of like like this coronavirus. It's a pandemic, man. And, we don't create our history. History wasn't created. History was made. History was what history is. History is history. History means the past. That means our last prior roots, where we're from, what we did, our family, everything that goes with it, our past, where we came from. I would like to know where the heck I came from, because I'm not going to know where I'm going if I don't know where I'm from, if that makes sense. So I'm trying to figure out, exactly what's lies and what's true, It's a sad world out here, guys. It has went to hell, man. I remember whenever I was a kid, man, during the summertime, you couldn't go outside without seeing kids riding bicycles, playing baseball, playing tag, playing hide and go seek. They was out there beating each other with sticks because that was the way it was. I mean, we went out and we socialized, and it's a way of growing up, and it's a way of learning basic instinct and basic survival tools by going out and communicating and socializing. And you know what I'm saying? It helps a lot in life to be able to go out and do so. And people ain't doing that these days. You don't get no socialization by a telephone. By me talking to this telephone, guess what? This thing ain't going to talk back to me unless it's Siri or Okay, Google, I better not say that because my phone's gonna go off and then I ain't gonna be able to record this anymore. But you know what I'm saying? But regardless, what I'm trying to get at, guys, is there's a lot of foolery, a lot of mockery, and it's just sad. Well, I've been going live for what, about 6 or 7 months. I think my first live was maybe 6 or 7, maybe 8 months ago, maybe almost a year.
You've been doing this.
Yeah, I've been doing this over a year. I do deserve 1K, man. Cause I put in I got 146 videos. I already got all the watch time I need. I got 5,000 hours of watch time. I think all you need is 4,000. And a lot of these people get 1K before they even get 4,000 hours of watch time. I don't understand that. And I got over 5,000 and I can't even get 1K, man. I think it's because people don't like the truth these days. And I bring on my channel the truth. And if you can't stand the truth, well then, guys, I guess I'm not the stream for you guys. So I would actually tell you that if I was you, I would not subscribe to my channel if you're not interested, because you know what, I'd rather have people that's interested in what I do, that believes in my cause and supports me 100%. I don't need no bad comments. I don't need no thumbs down. I don't need somebody telling me that I'm a few marbles short, you know. I'm completely all together. I mean, there is nothing that I am lacking in my life, I don't think. You know, I got a high self-esteem about myself, you know what I'm saying? I'm very intelligent, very educated as well. And there's many things that I tell you what's really sad about this world is people think they can go to college, 6 or 7 years, they're paying all this tuition, they're paying for all this college, and by the time they get out of college, you know what I'm saying, and they're saying, oh, I gotta pay all this money back and all that shit. Well, of course you do, you know what I'm saying? Knowledge ain't free, you know what I'm saying? Even if it is free, it's still not free, because guess what? You still gotta lend your ear. So, it's never free. Regardless, you're always lending something, even if it's just an ear. If that makes sense. But people don't give basic knowledge no more. They don't get knowledge from a classroom, and they don't get knowledge from a professor. Where they're getting knowledge from is this stupid phones, stupid technology, and computers. They're asking something that isn't even human. They're asking, I guess you could say it's kind of like a looking mirror, you know what I'm saying? Mirror, mirror, on the wall, who's the fairest of them all? I don't know, ask Google. You know, if that makes sense. And that's how it makes me feel like that's what we're doing. We're looking at this crystal ball. I mean, it could tell you your future if you ask it, I'm sure. You know what I mean? It might not, I guarantee it won't be accurate, but it sure will tell you a hell of a story, I'm sure, if you ask it. But, there's a lot of quotes out there that are shockers. Like, there's this quote out there. It's like, neither man nor nation can exist without a sublime idea. You know what that means to me? That means that if you don't have an idea of what's going on around here, I'll just make it up. And guess what? If you're stupid enough to believe what I have to say, then guess what? You're the one. You know, you're the one at fault. You know, you can't blame this guy for making up this long ass wise tale and lying whenever you believed it. How can you blame him? You got to blame yourself, okay? Because you didn't take the time to analyze, direct, investigate, and see what's really there in between all of the madness. I mean, you just pretty much just took it for face value, man, and was like, oh, man, that must be true because that's what he said. You can't do that these days, guys. There's so many people out there misleading everybody. It even says it in the Bible. Make sure you are positive that you don't let anybody, you know what I'm saying, venture you off into the bad, you know what I'm saying? It pretty much says there's a lot of false prophets out here, guys. And they're out here telling you a bunch of whopping no good bullcrap. And, you know, what it's doing is it's destroying the fabric of society these days, man. Because people don't care. I mean, people are walking over dead people. There could be somebody out there on the road, man, out of breath, just because he's bleeding. Oh my goodness. That poor guy's probably going to bleed to death because there's so much panic and chaos in this world that they're afraid that, oh, he's bleeding. If I get touched by his blood, I might catch something. You know what? That's something you shouldn't be thinking about. You should be thinking about humanity. And guess what? That might be me on the ground one of these days. And I hope somebody picks me up. So you know what? Maybe you do need to put yourself in, you know, somebody else's shoes. Because it seems like these days, there's so much greediness. It don't seem like anybody's feet can fit in anybody else's shoes. You know what I'm saying? They don't give the chance or the time. But man, I've been on here for 21 minutes now. I think I've had one person on here. So it's kind of like, you know, I'm starting to really. I got 776 subscribers, which is amazing to me. I think I got one person on here, man. I'm sorry, you know, whoever is here on my chat tonight, man. Bring the masses, man. Share it out. I don't know. I guess people ain't liking the truth these days, man. They don't like to see what's really going on in this world. They like to watch this fake news, ABC, NBC, whatever, you know what I'm saying? And they'd rather follow that than somebody that's honest, respectful, and somebody that's very educated and very, you know, dignified, as well as somebody who's been through a ringer and made it through, you know what I'm saying, with a dry mop, pretty much, I can say, you know what I mean? I'm just trying to make it through this world. I hope everybody out there is safe. This coronavirus has just caused a heck of a scare. I think it's causing more of a scare than it is death, you know what I mean? Because people are just panicking everywhere. I have a 2006 Nissan Maxima. Man, I loved my car. It only had 130,000 miles on it. Man, it ran great. Got us where we needed to go. Never failed this wonderful car. You can see it right here. This poor car right here. This is my baby. Was my baby. Now it's sitting in a storage yard. And I'm getting charged storage fees because a truck chose to come over and mess up my shit. Hello, late night friend. I just stopped by to show support. Stay safe. I hate your like. Man, dirty diaper. That's great, man. That's awesome. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate it. That's much love, friend. I'll make sure. I'm pretty sure I got you as my. I already subscribed to you, but if I didn't, I'll make sure I subscribe to you tonight, brother. Gave me respect. God bless you. I hope you're safe too as well. Watch out for the fluoride and the water. Watch out for all this food. I think a lot of this coronavirus and stuff that's going on, this virus, and I think it's a big propaganda about the energy and stuff. They put these 5Gs, towers and stuff in. I tell you what, man, whenever I get close to one of these suckers, man, I start ending up getting a headache. Sometimes I get nauseated. Sometimes I get dizzy. And I've kind of like did a little experience with it one day, you know what I mean? Because we have one, you know what I'm talking about. It's over there by the library. I went over there by it, and it was like, you know, honestly, you can feel, you know what I'm saying? It just don't make you feel right. So maybe we're being poisoned through radio waves. Who knows, you know? A lot of this world is created through vibration, which is the truth. A lot of this stuff is noise, vibration in the air, So maybe that's the way I look at it. It could be possible that the 5G is just making everybody sick. We're getting poisoned by electricity, and I just don't understand it. And I think it's maybe the older people and the children and the people that's got low, because it's scrambling their brains. You know what I'm saying? The old people are, their brains are so full and so packed with data. Think about it. Because they've been through so much in their lives and experiences, and they have so many memories, and it just stacks on stacks and stacks. I mean, yeah, you got a big brain, you got memories that can go forever, I suppose. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you know what I'm saying? I do believe we're kind of like a computer, and we can overload. I do believe we'd have an overload, and maybe this 5G, maybe some of these. The way technology is and stuff these days, who's to say that they ain't putting stuff in our food, and our water, and our drinks, medications, in the air that causes, them to be able to manipulate the way we act, the way we work, the way we talk, the way we discuss things, the way we act, the way we act in a civil in humanity. We act differently now because guess what? We're manipulated. I mean, manipulation is sad, and it's full out here in this world. I mean, we've been manipulated millions and billions of times, I'm sure. Like, 100%, I might lose that one. Well, I did. Look, as soon as I said that. Well, I'm going to say it anyways. I'm getting ready to get off here anyways. Almost been a half hour, and I've had, dirty diaper on here, which is a blessing, man, because he was a true friend and showed true support tonight and came on my stream, man. But I just came on here, man, to kind of warn you all to, you know what I'm saying? It might not only be the coronavirus that you guys have got to worry about. It's these people out here panicking over the coronavirus. Because, like I said, I was working in Granite City. I was on my way home. I went and stopped off, got me some lunch, which was at McDonald's. On my way home, a guy that happened to be driving a Jeep Wrangler 2017. I got a 2006 Nissan Maxima. Well, I had one. And there it is now. There's my baby, man. I love my car. It got me to work. It took my kids where they needed to go, doctor's appointments and such. And it was my meal ticket. And now it took me on my investigation. It took me on my tours. It took us to see very many interesting things. It's filled my mind. It's helped me out. And now I'm kind of at a loss. It's like I kind of feel like you lose your best friend in a way when you lose your car. Because, that was a way that you could depend on yourself. Now, I gotta depend on, if I can't really depend on anybody but myself. And of course, my woman here in my household, I depend on whatever's here. Because if I couldn't depend on it, I wouldn't be here. I'd go somewhere where I could find something to depend on, if that makes sense. So, but what I'm saying is, you can't depend on anybody coming and giving you a ride or helping you out. You can't even depend on a taxi. My sister called me the other night because she was going out. She's got a 12-year-old son. Well, it was pretty late, and he didn't want to be there by himself. So, of course, I don't have my car because I got taken out by that Jeep. But she called me, and she's like, hey, bro, do you think you can get JC? Do you think he can come over and stay with you for a little while? And I'm like, well, I don't think so, sis. How am I going to get him? I don't have a vehicle. She's like, well, I don't know. But he don't want to be there by himself. Well, she lives way across town. There was no way I was going to walk and go get him. It was pretty cold that night, and it was raining. So I was like, man, I'm going to go ahead and call a taxi. So I called the taxi here in town. which they're not reliable whatsoever. So I could never see them taking a person to work, and by the time they take you to work where you need to go, you ain't gonna be able to afford them to come pick you up and take you home, because you just paid for your ride there. So why work for free? So it kind of, it's rough. I'm just in a stuck situation. I bought me a new house after my mom passed, and now I'm in a confusional state. Like, now I lost my car. I'm gonna end up losing my home. I'm gonna end up losing, it's just gonna continue on. It's a path that just, wow. I'm just here, just blowing chunks, man. I guess just telling everybody a bunch of whatever, guys. I was bored tonight. It's kind of late, Saturday night. And they put us on a curfew tonight at 5 o'clock. We got cops just driving around the town, man, and they're paying attention to see if there's a group of people, because if they are, they're gonna break it up. And it's crazy what they're doing out here. I mean, I never thought in 40 years that I would experience this. This is something that is new to me. So I guess it's something that I'm gonna just stick with, you know what I mean? And watch as it goes, because I know it's a reset, guys. I know there's more to it than just some stupid virus that they done said that the basic flu has killed heck of a lot more people than this virus has. So why haven't they been going panicking over this flu epidemic that they've been having for all these years? It's beyond me. I don't have no clue. But to leave that far in behind, I guess you could say, putting this martial law and all this stuff into place that they are is, the other day whenever everybody was supposed to be staying indoors, remember that? Mm-hmm. Everybody staying indoors. I mean, they literally cut school out. All the kids were out of school. I went outside and I looked, and what did I see? I seen these white trucks working on these power lines, working on these lines everywhere. They wasn't just in one part of the neighborhood where maybe they're having an issue. They was everywhere. They would go from one block to the other, and it wasn't just one or two vehicles. They was blocking roads off. There were so many vehicles. So I would like to know what they're doing. Are they planning electronic poisoning on us, or is it another part of their narrative where they can listen in on us? Are they, putting in, what I'm saying, control devices? I mean, I wouldn't put it past them. I mean, 100 years ago, you tell these poor people that came straight off the reset that I'm gonna call you 300 miles away, and I'm gonna talk to you like we're sitting face to face. You're gonna tell me that I'm bullcrap and it's all a lie, or I must be some kind of witch or something, and you're probably gonna burn me at the stake. Who knows? Those poor witches and stuff back in the day, Salem, maybe they ran into some old technology maybe that they scraped up, and the people couldn't understand what they was doing, and it's possible that due to old technology and stuff like that, some people might have lost their lives because they couldn't understand it. You know what I mean? It's sad. It is a sad situation out here, guys, man. I really feel sorry for all these little children that are never had a chance to grow up, because I don't think they're really going to have a chance. I think the world is really on its breaking point of its ending. I think it's ending shortly. I think they're all coming. So I'm doing the best to try to get a new vehicle, because who knows when I might have to hit the hills, man. And I mean, I guess a car, my vehicle, probably wouldn't have done me any good, because if you have to hit the hills, guys, it's probably better you're on foot, because you're going to have to end up going through terrain and stuff that ain't no vehicle's going to make. Because these roads, if something hits like that, these roads are going to be so clogged. You're going to be setting it a set still. There's going to be so many wrecks, so many panics. There's proof of what the coronavirus has already done. I mean, I was setting it a set still, and bam, my car got totaled because some guy wanted to come and, you know what I'm saying, fly through the medium, I guess, and take my car out because he wasn't paying attention, because he probably got all this other stressful things on his mind. So he's not thinking about my car, my safety, or anybody's safety for that fact around him, you know what I mean? He's probably just thinking, oh my goodness, I just took all these groceries from the store, because his Jeep was just packed full of groceries, man. It was coming out the windows, I think. It was so packed. I mean, so, you know, and he's probably like, oh man, I have to hurry up and get all this stuff home, and before, you know, somebody tries to, you know, knock me off, or I don't know what he was thinking. But I tell you what, he wasn't thinking. He wasn't thinking about paying attention to the road at that point in time. Because if you had, he wouldn't have ran into me, and I wouldn't be dealing with the situation where I'm in a situation now. I'm looking to try to, I've been trying to better my life, of course, and I have done such a good job of doing so. I got a good job, and I own my own house. I got a great, you know, I got a great relationship, and we got plenty of food in the fridge. I mean, our cabinets are full. There's no meat, because I refused to buy green meat, because everything that we saw that was on the shelf was plant-based, and it's like, well, if it ain't mooing or if it ain't screaming at me, I don't think I want to eat it. You know, it just don't look good to me, you know. Like I said, you know, I'm going to buy this plant-based burger. It's got no meat in it whatsoever. How the heck are you going to call that a burger? It's not no hamburger. There ain't no ham in that burger. What are you going to call it, a plant burger? And you ain't going to use no Heinz 57 on it like you do a regular burger. You're going to probably pull out the, you know, the ranch, or the, you know, the the Western or something. You're going to pour it on there because it's a veggie sandwich. Well, it's going to be, might as well eat it like a salad. Might as well eat a salad. Why you got to eat a burger? That don't make sense. That don't make, why make something look like something if you're not going to eat the other thing that it looks like? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Why? That don't make sense. Think about it, guys. Okay? Why would you? That's like me, okay? Going and cloning a piece of crap out of my toilet and trying to put it out for sale, okay? Well, I'm just saying, everybody knows what it is, and so why are they going to buy it? They're not going to, you know, it's a piece of crap. They know what it is, you know what I'm saying? Just like this plant-based, why would they make a hamburger? They just go ahead and make a salad, guys. Come on, man, stop playing. You're going to go through all that effort to make these patties to make it taste like a hamburger. Man, just go ahead and eat the hamburger, man. If you want a hamburger that bad, man, just eat the hamburger. It's nuts. I mean, that's how confused these people are out here. That's the program of it. They're going to waste their time with some artificial plant-based burger that guarantee it don't taste like no burger. Because it, you know what? If it did, then it would be called a hamburger. It wouldn't be called a plant-based hamburger. Obviously, you know, it's a sad world out here that we're living in, and, you know, it's all of a side. It's like we're living in a Twilight Zone. You know, they got us living in some kind of different realm or something. I don't know. I'm starting to get scared, though, because People don't use common sense, and it seems like people do not realize, just exactly how confused everybody really is, man. Everybody's confused. Oh, you don't eat meat, human? I'm sorry, yo. I'm not trying to say anything bad about vegetarians, to each their own. I've heard benefits of people that juice and do stuff like that. They beat cancer and stuff by, using the vitamins and the minerals and stuff that, that plants have. I'm sorry, I don't think I could live off plants. I think I gotta have my meat. I gotta have it. I don't know why. I mean, I don't consider myself a carnivore. We wasn't born with sharp gnawing teeth to break the flesh, And so, like they say, if you got flat teeth, stuff like that, they're not made for ripping or tearing. They're made for crushing, like plants, stuff like that. They're saying that I guess we're not supposed to eat flesh, blood, animals, anything alive. But they don't make no sense. Because they say animals that really don't have a conscience. They just pretty much predatorial. You know what I'm saying? They go on ability of pretty much instinct. That's what they're driven on, it seems like. That's what they say anyways. That's what their narrative is, you know what I'm saying? That animals are more or less driven on instinct more than they are, you know what I'm saying, common sense or knowledge. And they go with what instinct tells them, okay? But here's another little twisted thing, and I'm sorry, human, I gotta go there. But people are like, oh no, don't eat the meat because you're gonna kill that animal. You're gonna kill that, you're gonna kill the cow, or you're gonna kill the pig, or you're gonna kill the sheep, or whatever you're choosing to eat that day, I mean? Hope to God it's not a human, man. I hope that there's not in your equivalency, and if you are, please unsubscribe from my channel right now. But regardless, what I'm trying to get at here is, has anybody ever really put in a diagnosis that, yes, animals are alive, but guess what? You're eating plants, and plants are alive too. And believe it or not, but, maybe they have a conscience. Maybe they have more than we can really install. Maybe, who knows? Maybe we're eating the wrong things. Who's to say? You know what I'm saying? It's one of those things where there's so much fake foolery and crap in this world that there is no way in this world that I could absolutely believe for sure one thing because one person or two or three people even told me. Because those two or three people could have heard the same story from that one person that told that same story to that two or three people that was wrong. And they're going to tell it to me. I'm not going to go out. I'm going to investigate that story. I'm going to see where it holds, if it holds any weight. I want to know if it's the truth. I want to know that what I come out of my mouth and tell, people or in conversation, I don't like to look dumb. So whenever I have a conversation with a person, I like to have a little bit of acknowledgement of the conversation I'm having, pretty much. So what I'm saying is I'm not going to jump into a conversation about working on a semi truck, you know what I'm saying, and replacing the engine in it, because guess what? I'm not certified for that. I've never took the class for that, and I wouldn't be prepared for that. So I'm not going to put my shoes in that place where people can look at me and be like, what the heck is wrong with you? Why did you even try? because you knew you wasn't going to finish it when you started it. So what I'm basically trying to say, guys, is if you start something, and if you really feel like you have this burning need to do something, man, go out there and do it, guys. Don't cheat yourself, I'm not talking about doing bad things and, destroying other people's lives. Always be helpful. Always be show empathy, man. Show what humanity is. We're supposed to be here based on love, respect, truth, honor, faith is, faithfulness. People want this in this life. This is what considers built. This is a solid foundation. Whenever you got honesty, you know what I'm saying, you got somebody it's going to support you, help you, make sure that you're, everything that you need is met. You got somebody there that's willing to go that, extra mile to make sure you're taken care of. You got to do the same thing for them. Do you think they're going to continue to carry you all this time whenever you don't every now and then lend a hand to take some of their weight off of? Man, heck no, because after a while, believe it or not, your weight's going to drag them down. And whenever they got their weight and plus your weight, after you drag them down, they're going to be useless for you. They're not going to be able to help you no more because they can't help themselves. And I found that people that are like that and do that to people are the same people, right? They just move on to the next subject and leave this other person broken, tattered, shattered on the floor, homeless, hungry, who knows. But my point is, people need to wake up and realize that the only way we're going to get out of this mess is if we all stay together. We can't be like, oh, well, I don't like that guy because his eyes are brown, or I don't like this guy because his eyes are blue, or I don't like this person because he believes this or that. You know what? Get over it, guys. You know what I'm saying? Opinions are like buttholes. Every one of us got one. So, you know what I'm saying? Wipe it off and get off the toilet, guys. Because you know what? It's a bunch of crap, man. It's all it is. I mean, and what really kills me is everything that happens here, we allow it. We are allowing this. Oh, we're so programmed and so ignorant and this, that, and the other that we didn't see it happening or we didn't see it coming. A lot of people can honestly play that card because there's a lot of people that are so clouded and it's sad. And I do believe it is coming from the fluoride water. It's coming from the additives that they're putting in our foods. It's coming from the chemtrails. It's coming from
every which direction.
The 5G, poisoning our brains, scrambling our... Come on, guys. I mean, we got so many radio waves out here flying around and everything. I mean, it's got to be doing something to us, man. I mean, come on now. A silent dog call. You got to think about this, guys. A silent dog call, man. There's people that blowing that. Now, we can't hear it because we're not dogs. But then dogs, man, I guess it's a piercing. What if they came up with some kind of manipulation, mind control, that's what that 5G is. Maybe that's a remote control to control us, and maybe that's why they're trying to work out the kinks. That's why they're up there in these towers. That's why they're on these lines working on them. They're trying to work out the kinks. They're trying to figure out how they can, I guess you could say, how they're going to installate it where it's not going to release this poisonous energy flow or something that's hurting the masses. I'm just saying. I'm not saying that that's 100%, but it's a good thought, man. You should maybe do some thought in it. Maybe it's something to look into, I guess. You know, it's something, and it makes brilliant sense because it seems like every time they bring something new out, bam, like a big ass terrible disaster comes. Just, it seems like with every bad there comes good, just like with every good there comes bad. You know, it seems like after the bad times are over with, guess what? It can only be good. And after the good times are over with, guess what? It's going to be bad. So no matter what, you always got, you know, you always got, it's like Lady Liberty, I guess, you know, and she's got the balances out, you know what I'm saying? She's trying to balance out, you know, a perfect, there is no gray, guys. You know, it's either white or it's black. There is no gray. There is no middle. It's either or. Okay, either you're pissed off or you're happy. One or the other. You can't say, I don't feel that way. Or, I'm not happy today. You know what I'm saying? Well, you put yourself in that state of mind. You know, it might have been the surroundings, the people you're around, or the things that you're doing or talking. Well, you're the one who put yourself in that position, at that place, at that point in time, because you drive yourself. So you allowed yourself to be in that situation, so you have nobody to blame but yourself. There's a lot of people out here that do not know how to hold their own weight. And that's another one of the big problems we have with this world today. That everybody wants to point the finger at one another instead of taking their mistake and learning from it. And, you know, going on and moving on in life. No, what they do is they continue to live that mistake because they never learned from it because they was too busy blaming somebody else for it. So how can you learn from a mistake that you don't really believe in your head that you actually did? Okay, you're constantly pushing it off on another person because you don't want to feel, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to feel the fact that, guess what? You was wrong. But you know what? It's part of human life to live off our mistakes, you know, and we learn best from our mistakes, I do believe. They are the best learning tool in this world. I mean, because if 9 times out of 10, if you don't make a mistake, you know what I'm saying? You don't have time to really think about what you're doing. A mistake makes you think about the situation both ways. Good. What would have happened had I done it this way? Or, you know, if I wouldn't have done this, maybe this turnout would have happened. So no matter what, it's a chain of events, guys, that everything that we do and everything that happens relies on each one of us. Everybody's like, one person can't change this, or, well, you know what? It's got to start with one person to even make anything happen, if that makes sense. If that one person don't say anything, guess what? There ain't going to be masses saying shit. Because ain't nobody going to say anything, because nobody's going to know what this guy's thinking. And they're not, maybe he's got this brilliant idea that's going to, you know, fix everybody's, who knows. It's just really scary the way this world is going. And that's right. And you know what? That's the same way I believe human. And you know what? I don't lie to people because you know what? If they can't handle the truth, then there isn't no reason for me to even tell them. And so I just might as well keep my mouth shut. And a lot of people out here, and they fabricate lies and they tell things and they create these stories that ain't true and stuff. And it's sad, but that they would go out there and they would, you know, do that to people because every lie, if you pay attention, just leads to another lie. Because now they got to lie their way out of that lie. They gotta say, oh man, you know, and a lot of these people, they get caught in lies. They make you feel like it's your fault. They lied. Like, well, I would have never lied to you if you would have understood. Or, you know what, you should have never in the first place. And if they didn't understand, maybe you're around the wrong people. Or, you know, it just, you gotta pay attention, people. Comprehension. Man, common sense and comprehension is hard in this world. And there's a lot of these people out here that don't comprehend, let alone, you know what I'm saying, know how to make a relevant, any relevant, you know, ideas or anything. They don't have a plan for themselves, and it sucks. Yeah, you're right, human. You have to lead, man. You can't let these people direct you into any corner, because I tell you what, once they get you in that corner, man, they got you pinned. You ain't got no way to get out. So I like to stay outside the box. I don't like the walls around me. So I'm going to stay out here where I can go wherever I want, do whatever I want, say whatever I want, feel whatever I want, investigate whatever I want, and not have to worry about somebody else's opinion. Because opinions don't mean, you know what, I don't care what my neighbor thinks about me. You know, I could really care less, because you know what? I got too much. I'm not investing that energy and worrying about what he's got going on over there, what's going on with the Joneses, whenever I got issues right here in this home that I have to deal with. You know what I'm saying? That is what's really wrong with this world too, as well, is everybody is so self-concerned with telling people, talking about people, man. It's sad. You know, nobody can give anybody a good name neither. You know what I'm saying? You'd be like, hey man, do you know so and so? And then that person would be like, yeah, he's a real piece of crap. And then that person's like, oh really? Well, did you know that that's my son? And just see how the narrative changes with that person. You know, it's sad, because 9 times out of 10 they'll be like, oh, I was taking the wrong person. Or they will change the subject, or they will try to get away from. 9 times out of 10 they don't even know this person. They've just heard about this person from another person. So what they do now is they give their opinion on somebody they don't even know. How are you going to place an opinion about something that you don't even know anything about? It's nuts. It's crazy. Hey, human, so you just moved. Hey, look what human says. Keep looking outside at night, too. They must want us inside at night for a reason. I think you're right. I think there's something going on that they're not telling us, you know what I'm saying? I think it's a reset. I think all this technology let out too much information that destroyed their narrative already and corrupted their narrative or something, and now they're kind of in a panic now, trying to fix their wrongs, because they'll never come clean, because they'll never be able to nobody will ever trust them. You can't trust your government. If you know, you can't trust a government that's been brainwashing your children and feeding you poison, and you know, you just can't do it. It's ridiculous. Yeah, I tell you what, we've seen. There's National Guards over. Our curfew started at 5 o'clock here in Illinois. We live in Lynchfield. When we have a curfew here, it would start at what, 5?
5.
Yeah, and it's gonna go on until April 8th.
7th.
April 7th.
8th is when school starts.
And I guess school don't start back until the 7th.
8th.
The 8th. Well, anyways, a day in between I might have missed. But anyways, what's really sad about this is you know, they give our kids, if we don't send our kids to school, they could put us in jail because we're breaking the law by not educating our child into the government program that they, that they want us to follow. But state and they can call school out at a call of a moment, and it could go out for a whole year. And guess what? It is what it is because that's what they wanted. And guess what? They got the power. They do what they want. Why do they got the power? Because we gave it to them. We allowed them to have that power. We allowed them to do what they're doing. There's more of us than there is them. But guess what? We're just a bunch of, it seems like we're a bunch of sheep out here in this flock, man, without a shepherd at all. There's nobody there to guide us. There's sheeps over here in this stream and they done drowned because they didn't know how to swim. There's sheeps over here on top of the mountain. A couple of them already fell to their death because they didn't know how to climb properly, because there was nobody there to direct them and to show them the proper way of doing things. And that's what's going on here, guys. They got all of us confused. And I agree. Yeah, we are the fuel for the machine. They live off our misery. They live off of our negative energy. I do believe that, man, because they can't live off love because it's such a good thing, man. And it takes more energy, think about it, to love somebody than it does to hate them.
Yeah, but once you find that love, you never leave it.
I mean, because you can just, it could take forever to fall in love with somebody. But when you love somebody, you really feel it. But it really don't take too long to develop that hate feeling. Ain't that weird? They're actually opposite feelings. One's a good emotion, one's a bad. But it seems like the bad outweighs the good. Am I right, though?
Not always.
I don't know if that makes sense, but it did mean completely. I mean, because like I said,
if you're willing to fight for something,
okay.
Overlook it.
A person can say, well, I like what they're doing. I like I get into their hobbies and they're the same as me, so I believe what they're doing is my way, and I love it. They're using that as a phrase, not as a feeling, because they don't really have that expression in their heart yet of that one, that wanting that, that physical attention, that combination of being together as one instead of two. That's what I'm saying. Does it make sense? Oh, look what Eamon says. Yeah, that's so true, man. Nothing is as it seems. It's always a reflection, a rejection, or an injection. And that's right, man. Yep. Well, I think that's why they had all those insane asylums back in the 1800s. They don't have like they did back where they did all these tests and all that. They was trying to recruit and reprogram these people that knew better, that knew the truth, that knew the true history. They was trying to clean it out they was cleaning out these people's minds. They was putting, they was giving them radio. They was giving them that electric shock therapy, you know what I mean? They was scrambling their brains. Think about it, guys. Electric shock therapy. It's a poison. Okay? Alright. Another thing, guys. Think about this one, too. Electric chair. Okay? Energy. Poison our body, right? So, why couldn't this 5G just be a big ass electric chair just poisoning us all, guys? It's just putting us all out of our misery, scrambling our brains. Who knows? I guess we'll all find out sooner than later. God bless you guys. Giants Tartary. I hope you guys stay safe out there. Hope each one of you guys' families as well are all safe. Stay with God, guys. Stay with the Lord. There is somebody up there watching, man. You might not think that he cares, but if he didn't, do you think he would have created all this? Alright, guys. Giants Tartary. God bless, guys. I hope you all stay safe. Don't let the coronavirus put you in a panic. And anybody out there that, if you I love you too, human man. You take care and be aware, yo. God bless you guys, huh? Yeah, she's awesome, man. She's good. She's good people. Yeah, she's real, man. She's somebody that's part of the Awake crew with us, you know. And me and Haley, we send our 100%. You know what I'm saying? Prayers to you too, human man. We're gonna keep you safe, yo. You know, because we need our supporters out here, guys. So you better keep yourself indoors. Congratulations on the new home. And, like, you know, maybe it's good, human, that you don't know your neighbors, because it seems like these days, the more people you know, the more problems you have. I don't know. I don't know my neighbors neither. We just moved in here, 5 or 6 months ago. So we don't know our neighbors, and you know what? I don't really care to, because you know what? As long as they're not bothering me, why should I bother them? If they need help and they knock on my door, I'm not going to refuse it. I'm probably help them. Because you know what? It's human nature, and that's what we should do. You know, if you're going to look down on somebody, the only way you should be looking down on them is if you're lending them a hand and helping them up. All right. God bless everybody. Giants Tartary, stay safe, man. Don't let this panic and this epidemic scare the crap out of you guys, man. I believe everything's going to be safe on that level. Like Human said, though, maybe we need to stare up at the sky and pay attention to what's going on up there and what's around us, guys. There's a reason why they're trying to keep us indoors, like she said. So let's keep our eyes outdoors. God bless. Giants Tartary.